Thanks to the support as a channel member, Chris Spencer. We have new owners. Tom Best is happy again. We're on a cup run. Everything is right in the world. Hello and welcome to part 47 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a triple threat match in the FA Cup against Havant and Waterlooville, and then another triple threat match, this one in the league, against Hampton and Richmond. That's a lot of football matches to play in quick succession. Since you were last with me, we've won some, lost some. We've already won an FA Cup triple threat match against a National League South team in the shape of Hayes and Yedding. And now we have to do another one. In fact, Hayes and Yedding, 19th in the National League South. Havant and Waterlooville, 10th in the National League South. We can but dream. But that is less important than the fact we now have our new owners. Sonny Searle has headed a consortium to take over the club, and as part of that has cleared the debt. I'm going to give it quotation marks, cleared the debt, because all Sonny's actually done is taken out another loan to clear the debt. So we've now got £650,000 worth of loans that we're paying back at £4,000 a month. This one at least is only a 5-year loan rather than a 25-year one like we took out on the previous chunk of debt. But it is just moving the debt from our overdraft to a loan. It's not necessarily helpful, and the projections are still looking pretty rough, although seemingly we have a rough year and then it does start to get better, and I'm not really sure why, because we're not yet overdrawn. What this is telling me is if we can make £100,000 from an FA Cup run this year, we made $500,000 the other year. If we can make £100,000, we don't have any debt problems, although the scouting budget has still managed to become negative by September, even though I didn't move any of it into wage budget this year. I love it when I prove things aren't my fault. It does make me very, very happy. In other news, Tom Best is now not unhappy. The rest of the squad is, but it doesn't matter because Tom Best is fine, and most of these are just looking to start more games, so I'll play them in more games. It's not a big deal. Best is happy. Unfortunately, he turned down the contract I offered him immediately and won't currently discuss another one, so he's still out of contract at the end of the year. But baby steps. At least he's not unhappy anymore. That's got to be a good thing. And now we've just got to try and navigate our way past Havant and Waterlooville, which, again, all seems very doable. This is the team for that game. We've got Bosworth in goal, a back row of Gibson, Edwards, Young and Leroy, Alderson and Rowe in midfield, Giles, Wright and Best, then behind Butterfield up front. So this is a big game for us against a team from the division above. National League South isn't as scary as it used to be. It is just one division above where we are. And I mean, if all goes to plan, it's the division we'll be playing in next year. So, you know, we would like to think we're able to be competitive against these clubs. We've already showed it in the previous round that we can be, and it would be very nice to pull off another victory. We have got the home advantage and just keep an FA Cup run going. That would be very, very handy. But like I say, the big headline of the day, then we have new owners in place. We're no longer under transfer embargo. We have tried multiple times to bring in new players. That's not how Best cheered up. He just was like, oh, it was basically a message saying we've won enough games. Maybe we didn't need to strengthen after all. So he just needed us to do well on the pitch. We did, and then he was fine. We've tried to sign like 2 or 3 players since the embargo was lifted, and we're still having the same problem we had in the summer. We can't offer competitive salaries. When we do get someone to actually agree a contract with us, which is very rare, you then get another 5 clubs come in immediately and they just go to one of them for more money. We are very much hamstrung by our wage structure and the financial situation of the club. So we'll keep trying, but I think as and when we do eventually be able to sign players, they're not likely to be world beaters. We're going to have to make do with the dregs that we can dig up from somewhere, as we have done for the last couple of years. So I'm no longer panicking too much about signings. Obviously, we don't now need to make one to make Best happy, and we've got £200 a week spare in our wage budget. I would rather give all of that to Tom Best, not that the board will let me, and they're limiting him to £110 a week, which is not ideal when he's already on 120, which is why he turned it down. But I would rather give all of our remaining budget to him than bring in another player, because he's just so important to us. He's involved in a goal more than once a game, whether it's a goal or an assist. He's the best player we've ever had, and we just need to try and keep him here for as long as we possibly can. But the board The new board don't necessarily currently see it that way. A red card here for Haven would be very, very useful in our whole trying to get through to the next round. And it is a red card. They're down to 10 men. And that is pretty significant when it comes to our hopes of making it through to the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. Best with the cross. Edwards is hit the crossbar, falls to right, and right scores. And it's all kicked off over the last minute or so of this match. There's been a red card, there's been a crossbar rattling, and now there's been a goal. It's Wembley 1, Havant and Waterlooville 0, and we feel another cup run in the offing. We want nothing more than another cup run. It sorted us out financially a couple of years ago, and fingers crossed we can use it to sort ourselves out financially again now. 1-0 against 10 men. You've got to back us at this point, surely. Surely we don't balls it up from here. Oh, goodness me. I'm getting giddy. Give me that half-time whistle. I need to have a lie down. Oh, what I actually needed was a cough because of my stupid hay fever, but I have now had a cough. So, fingers crossed, I'll sound less croaky in the second half. Love the fact that we're playing against a team from a higher league and are doing 69% possession as well. Obviously, some of that is going to be the fact that there's now been nearly half the game where they've been down to 10 men, so that's obviously going to help us when it comes to possession, but we are just a good footballing team. Our first 11 is very good. I maintain that our weakness and what might cost us as the season goes on, this front four, none of them really have a useful backup player. We don't have anyone who can come on in any of the four attacking positions as an alternative option or as a rotation option, or if there's an injury or a suspension. We just don't have any more firepower in the club, and that's what we need to go and find. And that's proving to be very, very difficult to do. And not ideal that we've now conceded a goal as well against 10 men relatively easily as well. I mean, he's just got between our two centre-backs. The centre-backs need to do a little bit better than that. And that is unfortunate. We're going to go attacking, because I don't think we're going to get a better opportunity in this tie than to win in this match at home against 10 men. If it ends up going to a replay and we're heading back to their place and playing against 11 players, we're done. We may as well not bother going. We'll just forfeit. So we need to try and win it tonight or today, this afternoon, whenever we are. And this is the problem we've got. We don't really have anyone decent to bring on. Hapgood can come on the left. He's not a great option. Dolan can come on up front. He's not a great option. We can make 5 subs here. We don't really have 5 subs that can come on, but we can bring Easton on there and let Edwards become a left back. And we can try and offer a little bit of encouragement again and hope that Hapgood and Dolan, between the two of them, can prove what I was just saying wrong and link up and grab us a winner. That would be very, very happy. That would be very happy. Good sentencing. I am good at Englishing. Right, Leroy to Alderson, and now Best, who's been very quiet today by Tom Best standards. Young plays it forward to Rowe, and now Wright tries to skip it past the Havant player, but can't pull his little fancy move off. And now Havant and Waterlooville on the attack again. If we lose against 10 men, I'll be quite sad. It looks like, has Edwards picked up a knock? Did that say Edwards has picked up a knock? I don't think we have anyone else who can play left back on the bench. We don't. Leroy could potentially go over there, but we also don't have anyone who can play right back. Easton is a left footer, but not really a fullback. We're just going to leave him on, and he's just going to have to be fine. Right, come on, we need a goal. Why are we the ones doing all the defending against 10 men all of a sudden? Oh, that's very upsetting. We go very attacking. I think our cup run is over. This does show that there is a little bit of a gap between us as a top half team in tier 7 and them as a top half team in the tier above, because even with 10 men, they're just too strong for us. And it's very upsetting. Right, we'll bring Diakonu on as well. And yeah, I guess we'll do that. I suspect we're not getting back into the game. We are going to demand more, and I think that's reasonable when we're playing against 10 men. Edwards has got a sprained wrist, and of course you can play through a sprained wrist. You're an outfield footballer. What do you need a wrist for? Goodness me. Stop whinging and play as a wing back like you've never done in your life before, ever. You'll be fine. We've been knocked out of the FA Cup here. I'm not very happy about it, but at least it allows us to concentrate on the league and the other stupid cup competitions that we have to play in. That would have been handy money-wise. 2 or 3 weeks for a sprained wrist. What is that? That's not ideal. That doesn't really help us very much. Oh well, let's go and win in the league to make up for it. I may have accidentally caused another player revolt. Remember me saying my attackers weren't any good? Well, I got rid of one of them, Johnny Dolan, because he wasn't playing. He didn't ever look any good. He was painfully slow, didn't fit into the way we play, moved him on, and it's caused a riot. Chris Wright, not happy that we've sold him. 7 players agreeing with him. Terrific. So, as ever, I've been given almost no time to solve the problem. 6 days to try and solve the problem. So, I'm hoping a 6'5" chicken is the solution. I wouldn't like to confirm or deny rumours that I'm only trying to get this guy because he's 6'5" and called chicken. I know loads more about him other than that. This one is actually a more reasonable one. Joe Lomax not only would be another option up front, but would also give us a backup to Tom Best, which we don't have anywhere in the squad. So he would actually be the one I really want, but I don't expect I'm going to get him. My director of football is trying to sign this guy, so I don't think we need him. But I let my director of football do his thing. Maybe. Let's go beat Hampton and Richmond. It's Bosworth in goal, a back four of Gibson, Easton, Young and Leroy, Chambers and Alderson in midfield, Giles, Wright and Best supporting Butterfield. Up front, we could very much do with a win here today. I haven't even showed you where Hampton and Richmond are. Just assume they're somewhere near us. I think they're somewhere in West London. So that's basically near us. And we must have looked at them on a map before. I was too busy trying to resolve the problem that I just created. I genuinely thought, who cares if we get rid of a young player? Apparently, half of the first team care if we get rid of a young player. So that's not ideal. They were never asking me to actually play him. I don't know why they're kicking off at first that I've got rid of him. When he was just here and not being used, they were fine with that. He must just make a good cup of coffee or something. But Chris Wright, who is the latest of the ringleaders, doesn't seem to be letting it affect the way he plays. He's scored a football goal. We're 1-0 up. It was a goal created by the previous ringleader as well. Player power, I guess. Alderson to Easton, and then Best slides it across to, in fact, he was looking for whoever that was at the far post. I don't know who that would be. Butterfield. He was looking at the Butterfield. It bounced off the defender next to Butterfield and fell for Wright. And very importantly, Wright is there to turn it into the back of the net, put us 1-0 up. And as you can see from that league table, if things end as they are now, we'd only be 7 points off top of the table, Hungerford. We're not really in a title race this year, but we would like another run at the playoffs maybe and an opportunity to get into the National League South. That would be jolly nice. So to be in and around the top 5 is really the goal for the season. And this would get us there for now, which would be very nice. Right, doing good work again, although he then does immediately give the ball away. I thought Chris Wright maybe just needed to be a little bit grumpy to motivate him. Giles does well to win the ball back. Giles has been a little bit quiet this season. He was a revelation for us last year after coming in on loan and hasn't really made the step up the way the rest of the squad have. So he's probably the one under most threat of our front four at the moment of losing his spot in the team. So it'd be quite nice for him to turn it on today and do something special. Chambers out to Best on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Leroy, and now it's back over the top for Best, who's got him behind. Best cuts inside. They've given him so much space to shoot, and I don't know how he's not scored. That is bread and butter for Tom Best. And you would bank on him scoring there, and I'm a little bit upset that he didn't. And it's going to be Chambers to take the corner. It's a long one, and I think we haven't won a penalty. Leo Young has actually fouled their player. I thought when Young fell over as well, I thought we might have won ourselves a penalty, but no, we've got a ruffian wearing spectacles in our back four, and he can't go up for a header without committing a foul, which is super duper handy when it comes to these set piece situations. Right, Bosworth collects comfortably. We've got no midfield currently. I don't know where they've gone. I think he's looking for them as well, as he can't find them, despite the fact being on a distribute short instruction, has lumped it forward, and there's no telling him. Gibson to Giles. We still want to see something from Giles today. Not that. We might have to take the number 10 shirt off of him. It's unacceptable that a right winger's wearing number 10 anyway. He should be wearing number 11, but that's Tom Best's shirt, even though he should be wearing number 7 because he's on the right wing. The numbering is all wrong. One day we'll fix it. When we get to squad numbers, we'll fix it. There'll be that 1 year where the squad numbers are spot on, and then forevermore there'll be absolute nonsense because I'll just automatically allocate them. But I can promise you this, when we do get to squad number level, we won't initially have a winger wearing the number 10 shirt. That's silly. What's also silly is conceding a goal to their first shot on target of the entire match. This lot are down in a relegation battle. We really shouldn't be... we shouldn't be making hard work of them. If we're serious about being in a playoff push, and I think we are, I was serious when I said it. If we are serious about promotion this year, this is the kind of team we need to be able to come here and beat. Best, trying to lead a counter-attack, plays it forward to Butterfield, who's another one who's been very quiet today. Best, trying to conjure something and goes past one man and now tries to do the other one for pace, but they've just stuck 2 players out there on him and they've dealt with him quite easily there. Leroy absolutely clattering somebody the way Leroy does, but it doesn't matter because they've scored anyway. Offside, referee. This man's broken. Call it back and get that man some treatment. No, you're just going to let that happen. We shouldn't be losing to this. Like, we're better than this. Give us some attacking. We want to attack. We want new attackers. I want to be able to make some substitutions. We've got 2 players in the attack, Butterfield and Giles, who are just not playing well today. Now, Chris Wright, as the ringleader, would probably say, well, Dolan can play in both of those positions. But he's not here anymore, is he? So he's not an option. And he was injured for most of the time that he was here. Young, I mean, he was sold short a little bit there by Chambers. And now as our centre-back is extraordinarily out of position. And it's another counter-attack for Hampton and Richmond. Bosworth luckily gets there just before the striker on this occasion. And we managed to snuff out the danger. What we need to do, though, is create some danger of our own. We're demanding more. This is not okay. Stop kicking it long, you Wally. Yeah, right. Hold on. I've got to check again. So, when we're in possession, can we look at the... I do remember setting this stuff up. So, goalkeeper. He's a sweeper keeper. How do you look at the instructions? It's so rare that I come on here. It's not. I know it's somewhere in my tactics because I remember setting it up in transition. There you go. Distribute to centre backs. Distribution type, short kicks. What do I do to make the man stop just lumping it forward? He's not got lump it a long way on as a player instruction. We just checked that. What am I supposed to do? Just distribute it to the centre backs the way you've been told to. You Wally. You're just giving the ball away. We don't have any physicality in our attack. It's been a problem we've had for 2 years. So when you do these long goal kicks, they just come straight back at us. It's so stupid and annoying. And what's the point in having a tactic screen where you can give instructions like that if the instructions are just ignored? Short kick to centre-back. There is one right here. That is a centre-back. And now it's just going to come straight back. Phenomenal. I don't understand what is going on. Why is my instruction just being ignored? And it's causing us so many problems. Oh, most complete version of Football Manager ever, boys and girls. So cross. Right. Let's take Butterfield off and this guy has been an absolute flop. He is not the answer up front. We need that new striker and we need him quick. Hapgood can come on as well. And, we might as well just make our 3rd change. We've lost today. I'm going to berate them. I'm exasperated. I'm specifically exasperated with Bosworth because I feel like 2 of their goals are a direct result of him kicking long when he's supposed to be distributing short. I don't know why he's just completely ignoring that instruction. There must be something I'm missing. You know I don't spend a lot of time fiddling with the tactics screens, but I am usually aware of what I've asked the players to do, and he just isn't doing it. Giles has scored, which is nice. Let's go very attacking for the last 20 minutes of the game and see if we can at least find an equaliser, because Might I remind you, this lot are in a relegation battle and we're pushing for the playoffs. So we should at least be able to come here and pick up a draw against them. So that's one back. We've already berated. We've now gone very attacking. We're demanding more. We could push Hapgood forward. He can play much further forward than he's being asked to play today. But I don't want to completely abandon defending. That feels like a little bit too gung-ho for my tastes. Right, it's a Tom Best long throw, long-ish throw. It falls to Young. It's back with Best. Now he slides it across. Wright is there. There's your equaliser. It is no less than we deserved. 3-3. Best has put it on a plate for Wright twice today. And at 3-3, we're going to stay on an attacking instruction because we'd quite like to go and grab a winner. Bosworth actually distributing short now. It's like he's heard my little rant that I've done about him. And then someone else decides to lump it a long way for us to not win the ball in the air because we've got no physicality. We are literally on a controlled possession instruction. I don't know why they all just want to lump the ball long all the time. We've done it again. It's given possession away again, and it's directly led to us conceding a goal again. If they just followed instructions, we would be winning this football match. It is so incredibly frustrating. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes left. We're back to very attacking. Easton to Hapgood. See, now they play it along the floor when I just want the ball forward. Coffey to Giles. Wright has had a very good game, but can't get proper contact on it there. Now Coffey again. Back to Easton. Easton to Coffey. And now Hapgood slides it into Wright. He's got options ahead of him. Leroy out wide. Now Tom Best has just got one man to beat. That's usually easy peasy. Best he plays it into Chambers, who's got time to shoot. And Josh Chambers has grabbed another equaliser for us. It's 4-4 now. What a stupid match this has been. But we've done 2 late equalisers. Surely this is how it ends now. We are a frustrating team to both manage and watch. But at 4-4, I guess it's all fine. Goodness me. What was that football match? We need to tighten things up defensively a little bit. Maybe we do need that defensive midfielder. My director of football is trying to get his Tom Best already on his assist bonus as well. Goodness me, it's barely October. Right, we're going to get some matches under our belts. We'll come back maybe for Chalfo. Who knows? We do like beating Chalfo. And hopefully still in the mix for the playoffs when that match comes around as well. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.